Have you ever woke up and wondered what was wrong with you? You knew you wanted to be elsewhere, that there was more to life than the life you were living, more than the bills you were paying, the job you were keeping. Look to the horizon, to the sunsets. Your answer is there. Put your feet on the ground and take a deep breath and step into the nomadic lifestyle. You will not regret it. Yeah, water. Yeah, right? It's toward the afternoon, a little hot here today. Cheers. So, for today's subject is about being on a low carb, low sugar diet, whether you're diabetes, whether you are on a ketos diet, or whether you're like me and you have a blocked pancreas duct and you don't digest carbs and or sugars very well. So, with that being said, before we get into our subject today, I'd like to thank you for watching. Anyhow, when I found out that my pancreas duct was severely blocked, and that I had to actually start limiting some of the stuff that I put in my body, I had to find a lot of ways to get around the sweet tooth, the cheats, snacks, chocolate. Oh God, this girl loves chocolate, you guys. It's terrible. Now, yeah, the fat bombs do help, and they put in really healthy fats, but the fact is you can only eat one or two of those a day because you can't have too many fats in your diet. I mean, yeah, I think ketos is 70% or 60% fats in fat calories, but I'm not really a ketos diet kind of person, so I still got to watch my calories. And with that being said, that's about today's video. What cheats can you have if you cannot tolerate sugars and or carbs for whatever reason? Okay, I'm going to tell you first of all, water. I don't drink a lot of water. I actually hate water. Just saying. I hate water, you guys. I absolutely hate it. It has to be ice cold. And that's why I buy these little bottles, because by the time I can drink this, it's not room temperature. If I had to drink room temperature water, I wouldn't drink it at all. Just saying. Anyhow, some of my issues when I started having to limit carbs and sugars was salty snack foods. That's going to be my first thing. Now, yeah, pig skins is what we call them growing up. These have no carbs, no sugars, and they're tasty. They're tasty alone. You can get them in barbecue flavor, jalapeno flavor, and then tons of different flavors. I prefer, if I don't eat them alone, I mix them with a salsa. Now, guys, this is a pepper salsa, and there's one carb and one fiber, which balances out to 0, in this pepper salsa. It's really good. Read your labels. That's all I can tell you. Read your labels. There's spaghetti sauce. There's ketchup. There's so many things that are sugar-free or low sugar that you can get. And this salsa is amazing. There are a lot of salsas out there that have little to no carbs and fiber, so that's my salty treat. Just saying. One of the things that I like for a sweet treat, oh, wait a minute, let me get you another salty treat. Tuna. All white tuna. No carbs. You can mix this with real mayonnaise or homemade mayonnaise, and you have no carbs, and you have a really nice snack. I love tuna. Just saying. It's another one of my salty snacks. My sweet snacks. Oh, let's do this. Tabasco. You know, I was born and raised in Phoenix. My uncle was Hispanic, and I learned to eat and cook Mexican food at a very young age. And one of the things me and my uncle used to do was we'd sit down in the morning for breakfast and have tortillas, buttered tortillas with Tabasco sauce. I don't know if you've ever had that, but to this day, my mouth waters, and I can't have tortillas anymore. But You can add this to any food. It has no carbs. And I have to say that sometimes, you know, spices, you can use about any spice you want that has no carbs. Dehydrated onions, if you rehydrate them, they have no carbs. There are a lot of little tricks, guys. But Tabasco sauces, nummy on eggs, nummy on meat, nummy on about anything, even those pigskins. Just saying. I go through about one bottle a week, and I have different flavors. I got the green one, I got the red one, I got the habanero one, but the original is still my favorite. Habanero, yeah. Nummy num, right? So, we all know that when you're not able to take sugar anymore, you still have to rehydrate. Like right now, it's very hot where I'm at, and I have to rehydrate. Be careful of how much diet drinks you use, because some of them could affect your glucose. They don't affect mine. It is proven they will make you hungry, so that's kind of a mind over matter issue. But the fact is to rehydrate, I'll drink probably anywhere from, an eighth to 3/4 of a bottle in a day, and no carbs, no sugars, and it's a great way to rehydrate, you guys. Another thing is, y'all know that I do drink my Diet Coke, and I always get it on sale. I got this one on sale it came out to be $1.72 a 6-pack. Now, I never drink a whole bottle in any given day. The last bottle of Diet Coke I had, it took me 4 days to drink it. It sat in the refrigerator with the tied-on cap, and if I was in the mood for a swig, I'd go by, take a swig, put it back. So, besides that, there are creamers. You can use half and half and whole whipping cream per se, and make your own homemade creamer. I have a recipe down below, a few videos back, probably 10 videos by now. But there is a recipe for homemade creamer if you want to go down and read it, and you can add all kinds of sweeteners to that, guys. Stevia, erythritol is the best artificial sweetener you can use. If you use too much, it will be bitter. But I use erythritol. I have it in solid little capsules. I have it in granular, so it could be like sugar. But erythritol, I wish they would start putting that in our diet drinks. And gum. You can have all the diet gum you want. But if you're watching carbs, guys, that gum has a carb apiece, so watch your carbs. The trick to watching how many carbs you put in your body is, if you're eating a vegetable or anything like that, always look, because if it has 5 carbs and 4 fibers, so if you got 5 carbs and 4 fibers, you only have 1 carb, because the fibers knock out the carbs. So read your panels on the back. And you know, just because it says it's got 10 carbs per serving, and it has 9 fibers, like for your zucchini and your Brussels sprouts and your cabbage, your cucumbers, they're gonna zero themselves out in the way of net carbs. So if you are on a ketos, watch your carbs, and don't forget to zero out those nets. So another thing that I've come across recently, and I'm going to warn you guys, I'm going to show you this package, and I'm going to tell you how delicious these are, but you've got to follow the cooking directions to the T, because these noodles can actually taste really fishy, really nasty, if you do not follow the directions. Now, these are spaghetti noodles, and this is a root. This is a root, you guys. These are all natural. This one's got tofu as well. This is the best one I've tried. These with Alfredo sauce, no carbs. Spaghetti sauce, low sugar, no carbs. You can have spaghetti, and it tastes like it. Or you can take, and I have one of those grater things. It turns my zucchini into noodles, I mean, there's so many ways you can still enjoy pasta dishes that aren't carb filled, guys, that just aren't carb filled. And these noodles are one. But again, there are directions on the back. Follow them to a T. Over rinse them. Over salt them. Whatever you got to do to make these not. And you know what? The fish taste has nothing to do except for with what they have to soak these noodles in to keep them fresh. Anyhow, and they come out like an al dente, a little over an al dente. They're not mushy. They're very good, actually. I pair mine with Alfredo sauce, homemade. Okay, let's talk sweet tooth. You know, guys, I have had a sweet tooth my whole life. I am addicted to chocolate. And with that being said, let's get into some of my dessert cheats. Okay, besides my bread, my flaxseed bread, that I sometimes add some of this to the mix and some cinnamon, real cinnamon. And I have cinnamon toast. It's delicious. I have other cheats that are fast, very fast. Now I'm on a 1,200 calorie a day diet. Not that I'm losing any weight. I am 10 pounds heavier than I was when I got here. We'll get into that one day. I'll tell you about that issue. But I feel healthy and I feel good. So I still am on a 1,200 day calorie diet. So you got to remember, calories in, calories out. Okay. If you put in 1,200 calories and you burn 1,200 calories, then you're not going to lose weight. If you put in 1,000 or 1,100 calories and you burn 12, you're going to lose a little weight. I'm not right now looking to lose weight. I'm looking to stay healthy. Just saying. And get over an issue that I'm going to share with you eventually. But anyhow, my favorite non-chocolate, my favorite chocolate treat is 100% Keto. Now, this acquires a taste, guys. Just saying. And I'm going to put my glasses on here because I want to explain something about this chocolate bar. This ain't something you eat the whole bar. This ain't something you eat every day. Just when the craving is more than you can handle. And you will, if you don't like bittersweet dark chocolate, you will acquire a taste to this. This bar, this serving size is one section, one little square, and it is 5 carbs. But there are 2 fibers. So that means for one little square, and you know what? The squares are about that big. Okay, they're nice size. You can put this in pancakes. You can put this in bread and make, muffins. You can do all kinds of stuff with this. You can cook with this. You can put this in homemade ice cream, homemade mousse, and I have an incredible recipe I'll be sharing with you. But you can buy this at 100%. At 92%, it's double the carbs, believe it or not. That's why I've learned to, I like the flavor of cocoa. Just saying. But that's for a sweet tooth. And that I found on the baking aisle. In the candy aisle, it only goes down to 92%. Okay. My favorite cheats. Okay. Sugar-free Jello. 10 calories. No carbs. No sugars. And a teaspoon of whipped topping. Now, this and real whipped cream have the same amount of carbs. They're identical. It just depends on what you want to spend. This is 99 cents, and we all know a can of whipped topping is $3. There are times I buy real whipped topping. There are times I don't. But with this, a teaspoon of this, you guys are looking at 80 calories maximum. Actually, not even that. This has what? 20 calories? I have 26 or 28 calories in a treat. No carbs. One of my favorites. Now, one of my other favorites, and it has to do with chocolate, is sugar-free pudding. It's really hard to find sugar-free pudding. You're going to have to go over on the shelf, and I think Hunt's, this is Hunt's, is the only one I have found sugar-free. Let's see. I can't tell what this is. But it is made with real cream. And delicious, you guys. It's a dark chocolate. There are 70 calories in one of these. If I decide to add a teaspoon of this, 100 at the max. You know what I mean? Not even 100. But I usually eat this by itself. And I usually eat one, maybe a day, if that. But that's another cheat. You know, there are so many ways. If you're diabetic, if you're on a ketosis diet, if you just can't handle sugars and carbs, to eat normal, per se. You just got to look for them. And yeah, some of this stuff is very expensive, but these noodles, no, those were $1.99. This chocolate bar was $2.99. This is $1 for a 4-pack. The Jello is $2 for a 10-pack. The erythritol is expensive, guys. I paid $9 for this online, eBay, free shipping. But still, you can't get it any cheaper. So, my little drops. These little drops, this bottle cost me $11, but I've had it for about 8 months. I have little erythritol sweeteners for my coffee. Yeah, I got 200 of them for $1.99. Carry it in my purse. There are a lot of ways, you guys, to supplement your diet in ways that don't make you feel deprived. Because the fact is, when you have to start eating ketos diet, or you're diabetic, or you're like me, you can't process sugars and carbs anymore, it's not a diet anymore. It becomes a lifestyle. And you're going to live it for the rest of your life, the bottom line is. Or your food's going to kill you. It's just kind of how it goes, right? Just saying. But there are a lot of cheats. And I wanted to come today and show you some of my cheats. Because I make homemade ice cream. I make homemade mousse desserts. Very little to no carbs. There's so many ways, guys, to live this lifestyle and to live it, enjoying it. Anyway, I hope this helps you guys today. I hope this is information that you can use, that you want to use if you need to use it. And if you have any questions, leave me a comment. I'll be more than happy to answer it for you. Anyway, I want to remind you to love yourself today, because if you don't love you, nobody's going to love you. Have a blessed day. Peace out.